Jacob B Flexin crew. Welcome. It's your host, Jacob B Flexin, and your co-host. Well, wait. Jacob B Flexin, aka the Donald Trump of Plano. But we're with the original, the entrepreneurial Elon Musk of Plano, aka Jose, my good friend. Jose, how are you?
I'm blessed. I'm glad to be here.
Bless. This is the Money Talks podcast. We've been in talks about it. We're finance nerds. We love the stock game. You got me into it deeply during the car sales game. You
Yeah.
motivated me greatly. But I guess I just wanted to talk about what makes the world go round. That's that dollar bill at the end of the day. And it's a
Yeah.
crazy world that it is, isn't it?
Those greenbacks, man. That's definitely true. I've been here the last couple months. Definitely been in a journey trying to create more wealth for myself. I am horrible managing money. I am consistently in a state of brokenness,
Yes.
and I have to do that to myself because I'm not capable of saving money, right? So if it's in my checking account, if it's in my savings account, it eventually gets spent. So what I started doing, this year that just passed, right, is every single cent that came in, either invested, put in the 401k, Roth IRA, whatever the case may be, but cannot be in my account. So every month, like my bank thinks I'm super broke because it's like I'm zeros by the end of the month.
My bank,
But
I click on it, it says, "Have you overlooked something?" Oh, we know what that means. Oh no.
yeah, I
Got a
get those
Roth
notifications, bro.
IRA. You have a Roth IRA.
Yeah, I got a Roth IRA. I got
Wow.
a 401k.
Okay.
I actually have two Roth accounts. So I have a Roth IRA that I personally have, and then I have one that is provided through work, and they match 10% of my contributions. And then I have the
Ooh,
401k.
they treating you good.
Bro, yeah, they switched up. I'm glad that they got the plans now. So I wish I would have been smarter with it and put more money into it. But, so far it's working. I don't have a whole lot of money in there. I think I only got like combined maybe 40 grand. It's something.
So, how do you feel about Dogecoin right now? We know the political climate, we know Doge, but what do you think about the coin itself?
Ooh, I hate the project. I dislike it with a
Ah,
passion. It is a meme coin, literally for the memes, right? It has no value. I find more value with Ethereum, Bitcoin, even Litecoin for that matter. But I actually do not like the project. I don't think they're working on anything good for on the platform. It was meant to be a poking fun at all these cryptocurrencies and all the uh, other coins that were coming out at the time. So the fact
yeah.
that it's taken up this much, it's crazy. Like it's the own creator, right? They had no faith in the project, right? Otherwise, he would be, a multi millionaire right now, maybe a billionaire, right? If he hold on to all his coins. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I
See,
personally don't like it.
man, I don't like it either. Hearing that it went all the way up and I had to sell it early, man.
Yeah.
Dogecoin is certainly a roller coaster to ride. Now Ethereum, that's like
Mhm.
that's like Dogecoin with a tie on. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Ethereum is it's it's an actual it's a token that has some you know value to it because you can create other tokens on it. You can the way it works, right? If the validation process of it, right? So you can build more on it. There's a use for it. Dogecoin right now, my understanding, I mean, it's just you just send and trade coins, right? Now that being said, I do hold a hefty amount of Dogecoin. I have 102,000 coins.
Wow,
Um,
amazing, spectacular,
yeah,
spectacular.
but it's not a long-term project that I want to be invested in. I saw the opportunity to get into it at I think I was averaging 14 or 13 cents on my overall purchase there, and my target for it is 70 cents. So I'll be selling at 70 cents. It
Wow.
could go higher, but I have my target. And that is something that I've learned throughout the many years of being in the crypto market is that you have to have your targets and you need to stick to them, right?
Hmm.
Because I've gotten clapped before by it's greed. You get greedy,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
that greediness will clap you. You think, oh shoot, let me hold out to $1. Next thing you know, everything's gone, and you got to wait for another cycle to come through to be able to make that money. So,
And not
um,
to mention, if you got bills to pay and it's tight, you're gonna
ooh,
have to sell.
yeah, no, that is true.
My goodness, my goodness. So I guess to get in this game at all, you really get. You say you're not good at budgeting, but I seem to think otherwise because you've gotten yourself far in this financial game. You haven't had to sell any of your coins. Have you ever had a time where you had to sell all your coins?
Yeah, yeah. So back in 20 2014, 15, maybe 16. I think 2016 it was the around the time period where I was trading. So like I quit my job and I was just trading crypto, and
Wow.
so up all day, all night,
What year was
just
that?
trading. I think it was 2016. I want to
Yes.
say.
Wow. Wow. My senior year of high school. You're only a tad bit older than me, I believe. I was born in '97.
Okay. So 95 for me. I graduated in 13, so about 3 to 4 years after that. So this was when Bitcoin was like really taking off. I think it hit maybe 20 grand that year, and then soon after it just went down.
And now it's close to 100,000, right? It hasn't hit the
Yeah.
100K mark.
Yeah. It's actually
Wow.
gone over it. I think 103 or 104 is the high so far.
What a blessing. I can't wait till this new pump cycle. But see, I'm one of those guys. I use the word pump. You hear that? What is that? What comes after a pump? Dump something dumb, right?
Yeah, it's
Something
a
real
pump and
dumb.
dump.
It's called a dump. And sometimes it dumps on you, but sometimes you dump on it.
Yeah.
Okay? And I want to tell you a story about you remember AMC in 2021?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my biggest mistake move. I bought. Well, you remember the hype around it, like it was just flying up for no reason, right? And
Yep.
GameStop and AMC both. Early 2021, maybe late 2020. But they were skyrocketing for no reason. I thought it was no. I bought a put option. I knew it was going to go down. I thought I knew, dude. I thought I knew, and because what goes up must come down, and that had made me perhaps maybe about $1,000 in the game, but over several months. I thought I was getting good at training it, but a wrong move's a wrong move, and if you bet it all, boom. So
Yeah, that's a short squeeze. Yeah, no,
yeah,
for sure.
so a short squeeze. So that's just a quick put, right? One that expires
Yeah,
quickly. Is that correct?
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that had a whole cult following behind it.
Yes.
The did you ever watch the documentary they made on it?
Yo, I watched a fictional one on Wall Street about Wall Street bets on Netflix.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow, I loved it. It was when I say fictional, it was acted and it was funny and like
Yeah, I mean, they based it loosely on the real deal. So,
that was an awesome movie. I
yep.
love that.
But yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that. Like right now, I feel like the crypto market's more regulated, right? So it's a little bit more difficult to do that. But like back in the day, I mean, you had groups that we wouldn't, because this is technically legal. They would pick a coin and they would accumulate it over a few months, right? And then on Twitter, they had thousands and thousands of followers, right? And they would just put the name of the coin for it to get bought up,
And
and
that's
then
illegal.
yeah, it's just a pump and dump scheme, right? So you got all these people going into it. They're driving up the price. The people that are working on it, sorry, the people that have been buying it up, they already have their bag, right? So when it reaches a certain price, then they dump it, and then who's left holding the bag? The people that they call to action to buy the coin. So
Wow.
it's an interesting way to make money, if you
And obviously the whale is the guy that made the coin.
yeah, well, yeah.
Is that
So
a good terminology for that situation?
yeah, I would say yeah. I mean, you can. It doesn't really matter. Like,
Yeah.
man, have you seen anything about the Huck to a girl
To a
with the
girl, she made her own meme coin.
yeah,
Tell me
dude.
about that. Did you watch a video on it? Like she's going bonkers.
I have not seen any of the videos. I've just been looking at the news. I remember hearing the coin was coming out, and I was
Oh,
immediately like, "That's a pump and dump, bro. There's no value to it." It's and yeah, sure enough, man, they sold out almost all the coins that were being held by her team, right? So her team was holding the coins, and they dumped them almost immediately.
that wow. I mean, so who's gonna come after them? The SEC? Is somebody gonna who is SEC? Sorry, don't let me embarrass myself on my darn podcast.
No, I mean
The Security Exchange Commission.
yeah. So what eventually happens, right, is some people are going to get together that invested in the coin, right, and they're going to file a suit. So they file a lawsuit, and then it gets heard, and that's kind of how they go after them.
I
It'll
see.
probably be a class action lawsuit eventually that takes place.
I see. Yeah, this is a crime that's difficult for police to knock on your door for. It doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, but I mean, she depending on how much money she made, and maybe she's just ill-informed, and
Hmm.
maybe she had nothing to really do with the scheme itself. But it sure does look like. I mean, you have to be aware that that's going to happen. I mean, I think
Yeah.
80% of the coins were held by her team, right? So no one bought them. Her team was holding her, and her team is an extension of her. So I mean, I don't know how that would
Wow.
go, right?
Wow. So they're holding 80% of all the coins. Listen, that's the plan really. It's always to dump. So what if they feign ignorance though, you know?
You
Is
know,
there any way?
I guess you can, right? But it's like that doesn't protect you from the crime, right? Just because you don't
Hmm.
know
Oh,
the crime,
duh.
right? It's kind of
It's
like,
such a new law. It's such a new thing. I guess who is enforcing it, and are they enforcing it seriously? Are people getting whooped? I guess that's
yeah, I believe so. I mean, if you look at homie from what was that, FTC, no,
FTX. Sam
FTX.
Frankman beat Sam Frankman. Sam
Yeah,
Bankman-Friedman.
he's still in jail, right? And all the people that he scammed technically are going to be made whole already. So he's in jail. So a lot of this cryptocurrency exchanges and pump and dumps. If you have someone you can go after, then yeah, they'll go after them. A lot of the random little coins that come up, that's why the people stay anonymous, right? Like the
Oh,
creators stay anonymous, so they don't want to put themselves out there just in case it dumps, or because it is going to be a dump, and they're scheming that way. But you can still make money that way, though. When I was doing it, right, I would trade the coins with other people in the community, right? So it's like, because they eventually sell out, right? So I
mhm.
would be like, hey, I'll send you my wallet address with 10,000 tokens. We bought them at I think, I forget the name of the coin. I mean, it's been such a long time, but 10,000 tokens, bought them at 10 cents a piece. I'll sell them to you for 30. And people that are dumb, or they think the project's actually worth something, they'll do it. They want to accumulate that,
Yes.
right? So you can still make money doing like that.
Wow.
Or even
I
if the project
mean,
goes live, you
that's getting
usually have a little
creative
bit of
with
time.
it.
Yeah.
That's very creative, but you've always been a salesman at heart. We know that. We know that. And I guess you just asked for their business. You saw a person that made it. So the coin ran out. So that increases the demand already, but there's no Robinhood to tell you how much the demand increased by the ticker, right?
Yep, correct. Yeah, this is before the coin actually goes live, and yeah, I mean, you make some money like that. I think I made uh doing that. I made like $15,000
Wow.
during that. It was a 3-month period that I was just following like the new tokens that were coming out, and yeah, so it helped me up, and but eventually, I mean, I lost it all.
Right. It's a cruel game. It's a cruel game that all your hard work can just poof from well,
No, I mean, what
what
can
what
you?
is it? You never make mistakes based on you never purchase any stocks based on a whim. You usually analyze it quite well, is what I've noticed. So
Correct.
how did
Yeah.
you lose it?
Well, it's just the price went down. So everything goes down. Eventually, a little bubble bursted, and yeah.
Whoa.
So you get left, holding the bag after that, and it cycles. But if you're banking on stuff going up, right, and you're doubling down, and then you lose 70% of your value on a token, right, then it sucks. And if you're not prepared for it, if like literally you're paying your bills by trading, then you're out of luck. Yeah.
Right, because you're using your money as an asset in the first place to make a little bit more money. Then it all goes downhill from there.
Yep. So it was a fun time. I think I ended up lasting almost a year without having to actually have a job.
My goodness.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's just you paid yourself a salary by doing that. That's basically what it is. A salary to live. A
yeah.
living.
So it was
You made a living.
fun little time period. The taxes on that eventually got to me because I forget what platform I was using. I was using some type of platform that reported reported to the IRS, and yeah, I got hit with a $10,000 in back taxes that I had
No
to pay.
kidding.
Yeah,
My
that was
gosh, it's
that
the
was
wild,
fun.
wild west. There's no way you could have known.
Yeah,
But
well, you gotta pay taxes. Everybody knows that.
oh well. Look. If you're good enough, you don't have to. Okay,
Well,
listen, we
yeah,
know that from Mr. Elon and Mr. Donald.
yeah.
They pay. Well, they paid. Well, Elon paid the most
It's
taxes
the
in
most
Texas of all
taxes.
time, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. It's a
or the
record.
United States.
Yep. It was a record tax bill that he paid. Yeah, yeah, that was wild. So, but yeah, no, I mean, eventually I managed to pay off my tax debt.
Yes.
And yeah, now I'm back into it. Now I'm a little smarter with it, and yeah, it's this is a fun little cycle. We'll see. I actually think Dogecoin is gonna hit over $1. I think $1.25 is gonna hit,
You're
but
kidding.
but
I
just
think no, you're not. I'm gonna
yeah,
buy in. But
no, I
no,
mean no.
I'm not joking.
So just because I think that doesn't mean I believe it. I know it's touched 78 cents, right? So that's why my target is 70 cents.
I remember, and that's where I had it. I had the coin whenever it was at 78 cents. I was making a little money, but yep, it fell down to about 8 cents. I recall, or what was it? I mean, I had to sell it around 8 cents, and yep.
Yeah. Can you imagine
Woo!
instead of doing that, you double down, buy more?
Oh yeah, I was buying more all the time. Every time a little bit, it lowered a little bit, I'd buy a little more, which was good, but it would have been good if I could have budgeted my money I needed for my life before that, because I wasn't doing successful enough with the trading to make that my living. So
Yeah.
that's probably where I went wrong, and I'd correct that in my next cycle.
Yeah, yeah. So like what I'm doing now is like I have I sell stuff on eBay, right? And so
Yes,
I'm
yes,
using a
making
lot
a
of that
killing.
money to help with the trading. I have some miners that help me generate some of that income as well.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I mean it's fun. I think you just have to be smart. Don't overextend yourself with anything like that. I'm not smart. I'm definitely not smart with this because
hmm.
I'm like when I tell you that I have messages from my bank where it's like I'm overdrafted on stuff. Because I it's the same mentality. I got to spend it all because eventually, I know I will waste it. Either I'm gonna gamble the money away, or I'm gonna, see that I have a little bit extra money, and then it's easier to go out and eat than it is to cook or buy groceries, right? And so those little transactions from Uber Eats or going out, next thing you know, accumulate to about $1,000 a month. And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'd rather pay, a $50 overdraft fee than spend $1,000. So for me, it works out that way because at least once a month I'll go overdraft on my accounts because I miscalculated how much money was coming out. But it ends up being better than having that money. I have a very weird. I like self control, right? So it's like if I want to go eat, I'm gonna go eat, right? But I don't. That's only if I have money. If I don't have money, the thought doesn't even cross my mind.
Wow.
I'm just like, oh, I'm broke, cool. So let me just cook whatever I have at home.
Right, right. It forces your hand in that regard.
Yeah. And it's kind of the same thing with like working out, right? Like I hate working out. But if I'm gonna make myself do it, hey, it has to be first thing in the morning. Because by
Ah,
the time
yep. Boom.
by the time I get home, I'm done. I don't want to go out. I'm done. I'm cooked. Right? I'm ready to go to sleep.
Well, you're working
So,
long hours. You're at the dealership grinding.
so like if I put myself in a position where I have to work out, right, then it makes it easier. Like I'll set up my gym bag or whatever, have the gym close to, and then I just pick it up and go get in the car, right?
Yes.
And so now I have to go to the gym because I'm already halfway there. I made it to the car, just drive there.
You made your success easier.
Yeah,
So much easier. It requires less dopamine to enact the action. You don't have to have as much executive function if you are already prepared with the executive function you had the night before.
yeah.
Boom. Prepare.
It's just make it more automated, right? It's like
Yeah.
le- less brain functions you have to use, the better. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
call it
Gym
my
bag
AI
car.
brain. I call it my
Yeah.
AI brain. Like, think. How would ChatGPT think? I've been trying to think exactly like him. Okay. I like Grok too. Grok is a nice guy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why are you assuming ChatGPT's a him?
Oh shoot. We don't know why. Well, that's what I like to hear. Okay, okay.
Is it because of the intelligence? So like you're assuming
Well, female
this
girl
has
won't
to be
like
a
if I'm
male?
talking to a girl, so ChatGPT is a man. That we'll call
Fair
it a
enough.
man.
Fair
So,
enough.
who are you
Fair enough. I like
texting?
that. I'm texting the bro.
Texting the bro with unlimited knowledge.
Have you used Twitter's? I'm sorry, X. Their AI.
Yeah, Grok.
Bro,
Grok, he rocks, bro. Grok rocks.
it is savage. I think I like it better than ChatGPT.
Yes, it to tell you at least it'll tell you the truth. It won't. The wrong thing about Google is that you'll ask it a straight question that might be slight controversial, but very very directly you'll ask, and it will censor everything. It won't even. It'll show you things for the other side of the beliefs. It'll redirect you to try to make you think a certain way.
No, yeah, it does.
But the
It's weird.
times are changing. The culture is changing, is it not? Do we feel something changing in this climate? The news feels different.
Well, I mean, let's start with Trump got elected.
Yes,
So
sir.
something I was,
Trump got elected.
I didn't think was going to happen. I'm glad it did. And so, I mean, that shows you people want something different. The Democrats are experiencing something they haven't experienced in a long, long time. And I believe they're trying to change their beliefs and their structure. I am I started as a Democrat when I was younger.
I as well.
So
Myself as well.
it is.
Continue.
I never thought that I was going to be like consider myself a Republican, which I do. I think my beliefs now align a little bit more with the Republican beliefs, but for the most part, it's because the Democrats have gotten so far away from their like core, right? It
Yep.
used, and that's where it gets so trippy and
They're
weird.
going farther and farther this way.
Yeah,
Here's a
and,
centrist. Here's the right. Centrist, here's left. They've been going like this for a long time. A centrist starts to feel like they're conservative.
yeah. So like that I see it like a tug of war, right? So you have Republicans, you have Democrats, right? And centrists in the middle. And as the Democrats get a little crazier, then they pull the Republicans towards the middle. So I mean, most Republicans are okay with weed nowadays, right?
Yeah. Wow, that's a good point.
Most Republicans are trying to defend your First Amendment rights, right? So and it used to be the other way around, right? The Democrats were advocates of free speech, and usually Republicans weren't so
Like we did want those
part of it.
books in certain schools. We didn't want to talk about that. That's a
Exactly.
classic Republican trope. Still to this day, we don't want things, inappropriate books in schools for the children. But they were very heavy into that type of censorship back then.
Yeah,
And the left
and
wanted to have
what's
everything be shown.
yeah, what's considered to be appropriate now, it's so much different. It's crazy. So, but yeah. I mean, it's I think it's definitely a shift, and I want us to get to this to where you have a Republican, you have Democrats. We agree on most things. There's a few core beliefs that are different, and let's keep it at that, right? And then you have people vote, but this crazy left side stuff, man, it's weird, and I think it's definitely a wake up call for Democrats, right? And I think a lot of the radical beliefs are coming from the Californians, are coming from the a very small amount of people, and that is who the Democrats were kind of advertising to, right? And they dropped the ball with everyone else. Not only that, I don't think Kamala Harris was the correct choice to be president. I think if
Mhm.
they'd taken the time to try and find someone a little bit better, then yeah, it would have been a more interesting
My father, he
interesting
thinks that
election.
Kamala didn't even want to be president. He thinks she was thrust into it as the most likely winner. Just for the Democratic Party in general. That's what they thought. And I agree. I think that may be true.
I don't know if she wanted to be president or not,
Okay.
but I don't believe she was the most likely to win.
Right. But the Democrats must have thought so, correct?
I don't know. I think it was a money thing. I think the fact that
Oh,
they saw it as okay, all the money that we raised with Joe Biden, right, can just be transferred over to her because she was already going to be the VP choice, right? So I think it was a money thing, right? Like that
wow.
they don't have to go jump through as many hoops to get all that funding over to her.
And they
But
needed their salary still. They
yeah,
didn't want to.
because if you look at it, a few months prior to her being nominated, right? I don't even know if nominated is the correct term, but whatever.
But yes,
Uh, she was the most hated vice president. Both sides were calling her out, Republicans, Democrats, right? Like,
I've seen that. I've seen that.
yeah, so it's weird that you had that shift, and the only way you can have that shift is with the money.
Wow. We're seeing money influence a lot of people today. I don't know if we should talk about this, but I think money and perversion, maybe even the devil, influenced Mr. Jay-Z.
I don't know, man. JC, there's a few tracks I like,
Oh, yes, the blueprint. Oh, come on.
but man, I don't.
Empire State of Mind. Look, we love him. We love him. But look what?
Money's a tool, right? And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to use that tool to I don't. I mean, it's hard to
It's a tool
rationalize
that
it.
makes them feel invincible, but it makes us all feel invincible to a certain degree.
Yeah, but it's weird because I don't understand what the outcome was of it, right? Like they're th- how can I say this?
Hmm.
I don't know where they're trying to where, and I'm talking about the Democratic Party
Right, right.
overall. I
Okay.
don't I don't know where they were trying to lead the country to, right? You have a crazy number of immigrants coming in, and yeah, immigration's good. We need it, right? But we need to know who the people are, right?
Yes.
We need to know where they're going, and record numbers that were coming in, and we're barely keeping tabs. We're having they were providing income to them, to some EVT cars, I think, and housing, and so that puts a strain on government spending that should be allocated to not to sound cliche, to veterans, right, to the families that need it, or Hawaii, was it Michigan, like the places that got affected by the storms and disasters, right? Instead of
Yeah.
just receiving an $800 check that you can't use for anything, like all the money that we're spending with all the illegal immigration, why not use that to help our communities, right? The people that
Yes.
deserve to be helped. So I don't
100%.
understand what the plan was. It's something like in the back of my head, I think all the little conspiracies that were coming out might have had some validity to it, to them, to where they were saying that send them out to the swing states, and maybe they were trying to buy the votes. Maybe they were really trying to swing the election,
Wow.
and
Wow.
that's because that's the only thing that makes sense. I don't know why else, what other reasons you would have to allow so many people to come in and put American citizens in jeopardy, financially or safety wise, because
Under
there's
the guise
definitely
of
some criminals.
morality, because it was all under the guise of morality, I believe. But we know that there are hard workers that come into our economy and bless it. Have you seen the video by Danny Mullen? Do you know Danny Mullen? He's a comedian. He goes to the border and he talks to a lot of people in those cities nearby. But overall he's just a jokester. But he went to a border town and he was talking to some people there, in California border, and well, there was a gentleman. He was talking to him the whole time, and he loves Trump. He loves Trump, even though he may be getting deported. But Danny said, "But you've been working here for 30 years, in this town." And then the guy was just okay with it. That
Yeah,
type of demeanor, it's respectable. It's very respectable, but I don't understand it.
yeah,
Frankly, I don't understand it because there are some immigrants we need to keep here. There's a distinction. There's a distinction. Some have been granted amnesty already, but I believe that there should be regulations and but to say what, like what is the level at which you should say, this is an absolutely crazy thing to consider. I don't know who should decide that.
yeah. So the Trump administration is definitely going to have a hard time, right? And they're going to have to make those calls to see who they believe deserves to stay in the country. I believe there's certain things that need to be in place, right? A, you need to learn the language, or try to learn the language, right? So be enlisted in a class to help you learn the English language. Sorry,
Yes, yes, yes.
and and you need to be able to uh, assimilate, right? So if you're assimilated to society for the most part, right, you understand the ways and the norms of the American culture, then yeah, that makes sense to give you that opportunity. Criminal backgrounds is another big one, But that one I feel is a little bit more difficult, right? Because I don't know how Mexico, Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, how did they keep track of their criminals? How are we going to be able to identify certain people and cross-reference with those countries? What kind of resources are we going to spend trying to make sure that some of these people don't have criminal backgrounds, right? And if they
Yeah.
do, what do you do then, right? It's like it makes it more difficult to make those decisions, because, like, again, it goes back to the funding thing, right? If we're gonna spend a crazy amount of money to try and find out the details, right, then maybe makes more sense to, hey, let's just deport them all and restart, right? You wanna come back and do it the right way. Maybe that's the most efficient or the most economically sane way of taking care of that issue.
And the hardest workers are going to come right back. You know it. They got work here. They got work to do here. They're making money for their local economies. They're going to drive back. They're going to fly back and live in the place they live with the community they know and the community that loves them, if they're loved by a community.
Yeah.
Those are the people that need to stay in America. They make it a melting pot of beauty. But we know the melting pot became so many. Whoa.
Well,
Everybody.
Elon Musk is an immigrant. He started working in the U.S. using, I think it's the SB1 visa. I think it is like it's a working visa for people that have certain degrees or certain skills that are necessary for U.S. companies. So he's an immigrant. So
He's an immigrant.
I mean, he understands it. Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But now he's about to run the whole government. He's about to change
Bro,
everything. Is
that
he an
is crazy.
illegal immigrant?
He is a legal immigrant.
He is a legal immigrant.
Yeah. He
Oh
became
gosh, imagine that. Trump he's looking through the paperwork and he's like, okay.
whoa.
Elon?
He's gonna send him back to Africa.
Dude, Trump would break down into tears. He changed the law right away.
No,
Elon's gonna stay. He needs to regulate that government.
He's a U.S. citizen now. He got married to an American and became a U.S. citizen that way. But when he first came to the States, he wasn't a U.S. citizen or a resident, so he wasn't born here. He was born in Africa, migrated to Canada, I want to say, studied in Canada, and then moved to the States. I think that was the journey.
I think that says something great about America, that he chose it. After all the countries he could be patriotic for, he could support, he could help level up. He just wanted to do it in America, probably because his businesses thrived here.
Yeah, we should what they should do is, all the radical Democrats that
we should do it. You kidding me? Hey, look, you're the Elon Musk of Plano. I'm the Donald Trump of Plano. Okay, we should do it. Okay, go ahead.
Let's just swap them out, right? You guys hate the country. You guys don't want to be here. It's the worst. Perfect. We have a line of illegal immigrants that would love to take your place. Let's swap out.
Oh yeah. Any haters that want to leave America? Absolutely.
Let's do it. Makes it easy.
It seems to be young white women wanting to leave America, and that's very disrespectful.
Sorry, I gotta get some water.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, let me look at YouTube, make sure we're all good. Let's see. Voila. Looks like we got 2 gentlemen watching us for quite a while. Let's see. 2 million.
Yeah. 2 million makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 million, 1.9.
Elon Musk and Trump, you don't get this very often.
Heck no. Here, wait, let me change it to a more clickbaity title. Let me see. We edit it to, what should we do? Ooh. Political. Get your money, boy.
Yes, sir.
That's what we'll call it, and then we'll change it when it's a normal thing.
Let me give some financial advice here.
Yes, can you?
No, I cannot. No financial advice.
Oh, dang it! See, look, I was ready to get right into it, dude. I was asking you. I was like, so that's what I should buy?
Yeah, Dogecoin. Let's do it right now.
My next question was, what should we buy?
I say buy Dogecoin if you want to make a quick 16-20% return, buy Dogecoin, sell it at 40, 48. No, yeah, sell at 48. So buy it right now, sell at 48. What's the price of Dogecoin right now?
Let's take a look. It is.
Let's see.
Dogecoin. It is 0.40. Oh, wow. I would be.
Yeah. I think if you buy here, set your target to 48 cents. That's a 20% return. I say 2 weeks, maybe.
$3,000 at 8 cents. Wait, but no. But we know that I bought a lot higher. I even bought it to 50 and 60. In fact, I may have even bought like at the peak. That peak. I remember that night.
Ooh.
I was looking at my phone. Woo! Buying it all. Bought right at the peak, bought right at the bottom. So I learned a lot about
Yeah,
ugly backside of Doge.
My brother's motto was buy at the high, sell at the low.
Buy at the high, sell at the low.
That's why my brother stays out of the market.
Yeah, certainly. And I had to stay out of the market for many years. Well, no, a year and a half, or what was it? A year, maybe at least. But I'm excited to start analyzing it, look deeper into it. And you know what? I may be giving some recommendations to my flexers. I know that Jose's a little smarter than that. He doesn't want to get caught up in that crap. The comment section is going to come for him if they lose their money.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, man.
Is it? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I don't want to piss off any flexers. No.
I think you can put yourself open to lawsuits if you give financial advice.
Yeah. Okay, let's not. See how I put it? I really look like I'm trying to. I could really be like, hello, I want you to purchase 12 stocks, and right now, Jacob B Flexin.
You know what? Buy Dogecoin right now so I can sell.
No. Yes, I want a whale to enter the market.
Yes.
Buy. I don't know how that benefits me. Honestly, whales, just sell it to me. Give it to me, bro.
You need a little donation thing, bro. People can then donate Dogecoin to you.
Well, you're a whale. You're
I'm not
a freaking whale, bro.
I'm only holding 100,000 coins.
You make a little dent. You'd make a little dent.
Yeah, bro.
Will you sell it so I can buy in? Sell it real quick. I'll buy in the second after, bro. It'll probably be freaking like $10 less.
I'm trying to buy a little bit more. I want to get to 120,000 shares of Dogecoin. That would be ideal for me. It's harder for me to buy right now just because I bought in at 14 cents. I think that was the last time I checked. So
yes.
Now it's like, oof, it's 40. So it's like, that's a. I wish I had more money back then. I would have put more money into it.
Well, now you have way more money to put it into the next pump. And then, see, but you're at level 2. I got to start back at level 1. So I'll use my level 1 assets to get to level 2. But by then, you'll be at level 3.
No, well,
and so goes the cycle.
That is the goal, right? So my goal is to be able to, I have my targets. I'm probably going to net about 40 grand after taxes and whatnot for at my target prices. And kind of accumulate a bit more money, and once the market recorrects, we get the little crash, and it restarts. Then I would accumulate more.
When is a good time in the market to be messing around with these short squeezes, these calls, these options, and they're expiring quickly? We know that's where the money levels up quick. $10 can turn into 500, Jose.
Yeah, so like if we're talking about stocks, right? I love to do I do plays when it comes to earnings, right? So like if earnings are coming about a week or two out, then I'll do plays like that, because then you have more exposure to crazy shifts, right?
Yes.
Good earnings call makes the price go up. Bad earnings call makes the price go down. So you have bigger swings. So that's what I look for when I'm buying options.
But you're playing before the news. You're looking into it before the news happens.
Correct.
It wouldn't be very smart to look at the news right when it happens and then, okay, they had a great earnings report. That's not.
By then
that's not
it's
an opportune best place to buy.
Yeah, that point
it would only go up a tiny amount, if anything, or it'd go down a lot.
Yep. And so like I would try to find ways to play both sides, right?
The up and the down.
Yeah. So if I find a good call at a good price, then I would buy that. and if you have some price movement prior to the earnings call, right, and then a put becomes accessible, then I would play both sides. And then like that, I'm kind of covered on both ends depending on what happens. Now it sucks
Yeah.
because every now and then you will have those stocks that don't have any movement, right? So you lose out on both ends. But
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, yeah. When the stock doesn't have any movement, it gets closer to the expiry date, goes down both of them.
yep.
That is a common trope that happened to me when I just kind of, I don't know, like I'd see it go down and my put didn't increase in value. It's almost like it only decreased a small amount when you compared it to the time that
Were
it
you
took place.
were you buying inside the money or outside the money?
When you're inside the money, hold on, sorry. If I'm in, I think I always bought outside the money, always outside the money.
How far out? Because that plays a role into it, right? If you
Hmm.
if you buy, uh, if it's the stock price 100, right, and you're buying at a put at 80, right, and the stock's never moved 20% within a 1 week period, and you're buying 1 week out, right, then it makes it very difficult for your put option to actually increase in value if it has even a 10% swing.
Wow. So yeah, and then I remember looking at my phone at times like that. It's like, oh, it's going down, and then no, nothing. It would even the value could even go down. Yeah, it'd be bonkers. And no, you know what's a painful lesson? Whenever an option goes to zero, and if
Yeah.
no one buys it, when you sell it, no one's buying. What is happening when that occurs? When it looks like it's not filling. That's what.
People know better.
Wow.
That's all it
People
is.
know better. See, and I was like, whenever I was like selling them, I'd be like, ha, someone's. I don't know. I suppose the very first time I did it, I thought a machine would pay me. But it has to be a human on the other end of that. At the end, it's a stock exchange.
Yeah. If you're selling if you're selling a call, I have to be buying a call.
That okay? That's crazy. Because I would even look at some stocks that had like not many people buying. The volume was very low, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is a legendary one to get into. But then you try to sell it and it wouldn't sell
Yeah.
because it was very out of the money too. It was very out of the money too.
I had some really good plays, but I was bad with timing. I could never um, get the timing right. That's why I loved doing the plays when it comes to earnings, right? So like when you have an earnings
Yes.
call coming up, because I could never time stuff right. I almost got really really lucky with I think it was called Lucky. It was a Chinese coffee brand similar to Starbucks. And I had bought puts on them because I was like, "There's no way," because they were outperforming Starbucks. I was like, "There's no way they can be outperforming Starbucks." And
Wow.
my puts expired, right?
Yep.
But literally the next day, the news broke that they've been faking all their profits. So
Wow.
yeah,
So it flew down.
bro, it was
It,
crazy. Had I like bought, if I had that extra day, I would have made thousands of dollars. It was nuts. Cause
wow.
yeah. It I mean it sunk, bro. It was
That's a
bad.
big feeling of FOMO. It's a
Yeah.
big feeling of FOMO.
So I was like, all right, well, I need to get better with timing. But that was a lucky one. There's no way I had no
That was
inside
honestly,
news, right?
I applaud you for doing that move because it showed you're on the right track. You didn't, for some reason, you didn't believe in their long term success.
Yeah. And I mean, it literally one day missed it by one day.
That's,
So
dude, they should be sending you an email with some guap just for almost being right.
almost. And then Neo, have you heard about Neo?
No, what? That's the company.
Yeah, electric. I
Okay.
believe it's an electric car company.
Okay.
And so I was invested into that one as well. Now I had to sell my shares on it because of COVID. So right around COVID time, stuff really slowed down at the dealership. So I was like, well, I'm gonna have to sell out of this stuff. But that eventually ended up going up quite a bit. So uh, I missed out on that. So
That happened in my life as well. Our timeline's a couple of years separate. And you using your time very wisely. I'm very impressed by your success in this game. I'm motivated. I'm very motivated, inspired.
well, if there's anything I learned, dude, it's like you have to stick with it, right? You have whatever it is, you have to stick with it. and diamond hands, because you only lose money when you sell, right?
Diamond hands, man. Diamond hands, baby. Man,
Yeah.
they were yelling diamond hands for that AMC, bro. But
Yeah.
ugh.
So
Woo-wee. But I was listen, diamond hands it up, but you can't diamond hands when your paper ain't right. You paper hands at that point. You got to paper hands.
yeah, you definitely need to have a job to supplement the income
But
that
if you
you're
don't have a
expecting.
job and you're just playing around with the market, getting smarter, that I mean,
Yeah, so
look,
like I
cryptos and stocks going all the way up. We got to know about them. We got to know about them.
I feel like there's people that spend thousands of dollars buying courses and whatnot trying to learn. Brother, the best teacher is like experience, right? Just start buying calls, start buying options, buy stocks, get familiar with the system, see how they operate, see how this stuff works. And if you lose $1,000, that you were gonna spend $1,000 on a course, and then you could have still lost $1,000 on the
It's an
market.
opportunity cost. I think,
Yeah.
Jose, you are a genius when it comes to opportunity costs. Spend this so later I'll be good.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just taking one bullet so that you can win the war. It's
exactly.
really that's a genius way to think about it. I think
Uh,
all my flexors should incorporate that type of knowledge into their life because shit hits the fan. So just get one little drop of shit on you, then you don't got much to clean off.
yeah,
Just get away
yeah.
from the fan. You saw it dripping. I don't know what that meant, Jose.
It's all right. I usually stand right underneath the fan. Just let it
Oh,
roll.
God bless. God bless. That's how you level up your stoicism and your overall
Yeah.
your patience. Because
But my
in this game, you
persuasion
gotta have
levels go
patience.
down.
Your persuasion goes down. Yeah, I know. You gotta smell good to sell cars. That's why I failed. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But you did excellently. Remember, you succeeded in the car sales game that destroyed Jacob B Flexin. We
You know
remembered
what?
that discussion back in
You know what's
2019.
hilarious though?
Yes.
Anyone that's still in the selling cars, right, will look at me and say that I failed
That's bull crap because you
because you're not selling
transitioned to a
cars
side
anymore.
adjacent career. But you didn't
You
but
see
wait,
that?
you sold the option when it was doing well.
But
My option went all the way down.
that's the
Woo!
car salesman mentality, right? Oh, if you were good at this job, you would still be doing it.
I hate that mentality. I
It's so
don't want to hate
crazy.
anything, but that is a mentality that gaslit the heck out of me. And there are other avenues to success than
Yep.
just grinding and being an amazing car salesman. That is a game where a lot of factors are at play. Listen. You have to be a master of interpersonal relationships, not only with your customers, but with your coworkers. It's one of the number one things that Jacob B. Flexin failed. That he had some buddies, but he didn't know how to level up with management, to respect them on that level, and to level up for my kid stuff back in 2021 when I first started the game. And 2024, I'd say, well,
Yeah.
I was trained up to a man. So it's a
No,
lot of crazy stuff going on.
but I feel like it's the same way with any industry, right? Like you have to suck up to your boss, you have to get along with them. You have like that's the way it works, right? Regardless of the industry you're in, because
They're the one that gets it done for you. First off, that should have been obvious in the first place. The sales manager. They're managing your sale. So you better, help them manage it easily. I don't know.
hey, like, hey, good morning, boss. Here's your coffee. Here's your donut. You got any car deals for me?
Right. Not, help! I'm broke! You're a beep! It's your fault! No, I
Uh,
never did that, but it reached that sentiment. It very well could have.
I sure did, man. Every now and then, man, I
You
would
did.
pop off.
Well, I'll admit that I
You
did too. Then fine.
you let that stuff get to you, man, and
Yes.
yeah, it eventually does. The water boils over every now and then. You just gotta turn it back down to a little simmer,
Yep. Because just throwing the pan doesn't do nothing, does it?
No, you gotta be careful with that.
No, that same type of discipline helps out in the finance game because money talks and BS walks.
Yeah.
We know that. Jose, listen, we've been talking for 49 minutes. We don't need to end it here, but dang, we've been talking beautifully. We got some things out. Is there anything we'd like to discuss? Any topics to go over? A game we want to play? Look, I want you on the Jacob B Flexin channel. Look, hold up, ladies and gentlemen. I need you on the Jacob B Flexin channel, flexing alongside me forever. In fact, look, I want to plug your YouTube. You have a very successful YouTube that you're keeping on the side where you're doing some technical stuff, talking about finances, talking about computers, talking about technology. Well, tell us a little about your YouTube channel, actually. Can you?
Yeah, I guess I can. So
Okay.
I haven't been uploading So
Okay. Well, that's okay. Listen, look at this upload.
yeah.
Well, it doesn't match your channel.
So I mean, I want to definitely plug something in eventually. I think right now let's just focus on you, man.
Man.
Let's talk. Let's grow your channel. And if the people like this, then we can keep doing it. If not, then we'll scrap it. We'll find something else. But
We'll
yeah,
find something else, man. Thank you for working alongside me. You're a certified flexer, Jose. Listen, Elon Musk of Plano, the Dogecoin Whale, the car sales finesser, and Jacob B Flexin's excellent friend, Jose. Thank you so much for joining us.
my pleasure. But
All right, and we'll talk soon. Yeah.
Yes, sir.